Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. We're gonna work on the 59 today. Oh, see Wrigley in the back there. Well, haven't really posted anything or done anything since the Good Guys show, which was last year. Lots has changed in my life. I've gotten a different job, and I'm thinking about getting a different one there. And biggest one being I had my child. I have a daughter now, and so she's 3 months old, and it's yeah, lots going on. It's the end of March, and so it's about to be my birthday. Also 1 year since we lost Rocco. Shout out Rocco. Always keep that. I appreciate you guys mentioning stuff about that. Yeah, but anyway, I'm just gonna pretty much go over the truck. I've been a little sick recently. Just gonna go over the truck on where we're at for the year and where we ended up last year. It's not cleaned up since the show, but you guys will get the idea of kind of where, like I said, where we left off, and the stuff that we're going to be kind of working on tonight and doing here in the near future, and ready to get it back on the road and driving for the year and doing some shows and stuff. So yeah. Okay, so this is the truck currently. Ended up getting some carpet in last year. It's not clean, obviously, but ended up painting that step to kind of make it disappear a little bit more. It is painted black. There's a little bit of mud on it. Got the tack in. That works great. Got all the other gauges in. The water and oil are not hooked up yet, but the air fuel does. Transmission still needs rebuilt. I was able to snag up some super low number plates, but we'll get to that later. Yeah, everything is looking clean. I was doing some research this summer, or winter, I'm sorry, on headliners, and I think I have enough cardboard here that I can redo this one, or at least still have plenty of a good backbone to recover this or get some new material to cover on there. So yeah, excited about that. Nothing really new under the hood yet. Bed still needs to be replaced with the trailer that I got. That is the other bed over there. I think I have a video posted on that. Got some new rock put in this spring for this section so far. Yeah, super excited for the new parking area up here. I don't have to park it in the back in the mud anymore. Yeah, so this is kind of where we're looking at. I haven't started the truck at all in the winter since this winter. I ended up having to use the battery on several other things to jump start some stuff that didn't want to jump start. And yes, hopeful things for the meantime in between time. Right now, what we're going to be doing is installing a electric fuel pump. I went with Gold Flow faucet or facet. I think it's facet. This one had good reviews. They use them. It's made in America like that, and that it's used in a lot of different applications, and it seemed to be like a pretty steady unit. New fuel filter. Here's the power line that I'm going to put into that. Some extra fuel line. Yada yada. Some problems that we were having last year was that after running for so long, I can barely see it, the brake line and it was too close to the headers. Maybe I can get it a little bit of an angle. Yeah, see how it curves right there? It's because I couldn't make a 90-degree angle, and it was ended up heating up the brake line, and it was creating problems on the road. So now I have these Willwood 90 degrees. I mean, I probably should have got them earlier, but just didn't know or didn't think about it, and you know, it's what a project's all about. So I'm excited to get those put on so that that gets fixed, so then when I drive, the brakes aren't slowly being applied. When I went to the car show last year, it got very, very hot, probably due to part of there no being a shroud. Looking into getting a new radiator just for that cooling problem, and for the cooler looks aspect, maybe electric fan, something like that, to go along with this 390 that's not supposed to be in here. Here's the oil line. We will get that hooked up too to the oil pressure sensor. Yeah, but the brake parts will help that, so I can run this more often, because even running across town, I could feel that by the time I got home, it would start applying the brakes for me when I didn't want to. Electronic fuel pump I am putting on, but I am keeping the manual. What? I know. As long as you don't run it at the exact same time, I know that there is a flow through the manual and through that electronic unit, that I can just use the electronic to prime the system. Something that I've always had problems with, even with the mechanical, is that after it sits for a week or longer, that it takes forever. I have to pump the pedal a million times and throw down a bunch of gas down its throat just to get it to get going. So hopefully with the electronic one, clickety clack, turn it on, and it'll help prime the system. As long as you don't have too high a PSI, it should not hurt the diaphragm in the manual. So I'll be just using that to prime the system until I hear it or know that that bowl is filled up, and then turn off the electric unit and turn on, and manual will go from there. Or mechanical, I'm sorry. And so as long as the electronic one is a flow through type, that it'll continue to flow through even if it's not on, then it should work fine. Where I'm sitting and where I would like to go for the summertime after these first initial springtime giddy ups. Looking into saving up some money to get a new aluminum intake. That's the biggest thing on these 390s. This 100-pound weight right here can get going anytime. Also, if I'm getting a new intake, that'll be a 4-barrel carburetor. All these things are not super necessary right now to just get it running and driving and going, but some upgrades that I would like to do since I have the exhaust done. Definitely time for her to get some intake now that she can breathe out. Let's let her breathe in. Yeah. Besides that, I'm ready to just drive this thing, ready to get going. If I do get a radiator with electronic fan, I'll probably have to look into alternator units, which I'm okay with, because then I can run more stereo stuff in the car. The new cab that I have has a radio in it. I will be upgrading speakers. I am a subs guy. Not that I want to make this car wang, but I definitely do plan on having some bass go through it. Yeah, well, that's a pretty quick overflow, or a review, I should say. Sorry, I was looking at the bowl system there. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this fuel pump. Probably start a separate video for this one, because this one's getting a little bit long. Yeah, things I can't forget to do to remind myself is I do have a brake light that wants to stay on, so I don't know, I have to track down whatever is happening there. I have some new grounds that I need to go through. Still have to tack weld the brackets to the exhaust underneath. I had started it, but they came undone, and so now it's just wired up, which works fine for what I need. Yeah, once I get the new carb, I do have a fuel pressure regulator with a gauge on there, so that I can know that I have static fuel pressure to the carb. The carburetor is a static fuel measuring device, so you want to make sure that you have steady flow on there before you start making adjustments. I know that this system right now is not static anything. It is a hope and a prayer sometimes. So without further ado, while I'm in the golden hour anyway. I got off work just a tiny bit early tonight, and first 60-degree day in a long time, so I'm gonna lay on my back underneath the truck for a while. So here she is, old Petunia. I'm glad to be back working on it, and yeah, glad to have you guys come along with me. So we'll go ahead and end this one. That was the 2024 year preview. Sure. Last year was fun. Finally got to take it to a show. I want to take it to more shows. I don't want to take it far enough apart that I can't drive it yet. So we're going to be doing all these tiny upgrades that make it run better and do the thing that I want. And then we're going to get on to getting the cab and the bed and everything else that's underneath it ready to do the big swap, whatever that time comes. So till then, like, subscribe, tell your friends. I want to see a few more likes. I want to see a few more subscribers. It's not my main gig here, but it would be nice to at least see 100 people care what I'm talking about. So anyway, later guys. Appreciate it.